Many of us have something we'd like to change about ourselves. Some internal upgrade to our operating system that kind of shifts the way we approach our life, that shifts the way we engage with the world around us. But there's one foundational prerequisite to make that happen. Find out what it is coming up next. Welcome back to the Daily Dose. I'm Dr. Lance Garrison. I'm a psychologist with a background in health psychology and behavioral medicine, and I'm dean for the College of Professional Psychology at the Chicago School. The Daily Dose really represents my attempt to share insights into the way that we think and the way that we feel, and to talk about strategies for better managing our thinking and feeling to help create better lives for ourselves. So thank you so much for joining me. In the pursuit of personal growth and positive change in our life, there is this kind of one essential ingredient. It's one that often gets overlooked because it's kind of so fundamental, and it's belief. It's belief in oneself. It's belief in the power to change. It's belief in the possibility that personal transformation is possible. So ask yourself this: do I truly believe in my capacity for change? Do I really have faith in my ability to overcome obstacles in the process of change? Can I learn from failures, and can I grow into the best version of myself? Now, at the surface, it's super easy for us to say, yeah, of course, I believe I can change. But I think we got to kind of look a few layers down. We got to get to the core of ourselves to get an answer to that question. Because so many of us have thoughts about wanting to make a shift in our lives. We have an urge or a desire that kind of arises in important or challenging moments. But as soon as that happens, what also happens is the counter-arguments in our head start. Well, that'd be great to make that change, but I got this going on and that's happening, so it makes it difficult. Or this thing or that thing is kind of an obstacle right now, so I'm not sure that right now is the best time. But I think if we truly believed, we'd respond to all those attempts to argue away the possibility of change. We'd find a way to move through obstacles and toward the change that we know we need to make, the change that we really want to make. Belief is the cornerstone. It's the foundation of personal development. And without it, any attempt that we make for positive change in our life is going to be like trying to build a house on really shaky ground. Belief is the thing that fuels our motivation, it guides our action, and it sustains us through the inevitable ups and downs of the journey of change. There are a host of reasons that belief in our agency, belief in our capacity for directed and intentional change can be shaky. We all have complicated and challenging histories that can really compromise how we view and believe in the person that we see in the mirror each morning. And yes, it's true. Our history and how we've internalized that over time shapes the internal narrative that we have. But the key is knowing that we don't have to be imprisoned by it. We don't have to be indefinitely confined or constrained by that narrative, because there's really good news. And the good news is that narrative is and always will be editable. It's in an editable format that we can change whenever we're ready. So if we struggle with believing in ourselves, how is it that we get started with making edits to that narrative? You start by picking the thing that you want to change. Some small or even temporary thing that you want to make a shift on. Call it out, write it down. Now, as soon as you do that, what's likely to happen is that internal naysayer, that narrative's going to show up. So you got to expect it. You got to be okay with it. And when that voice shows up, have a dialogue with it. Let it know that you knew it was coming, and that's fine. It's there. It could talk all at once, but you know the truth. And the truth is that you are fully capable of making this shift, and that you intend to make it happen. So now you're in a space where you're ready to kind of join belief and intent with action. So to make that change that you've decided on, the next step is simple. Not always easy, but it is simple. And the next step is to take action on the change you want to make. To start taking concrete steps to make the change that you want to make happen, and then rinse and repeat over and over again. Taking steps consistently aimed in the direction of the change that you want to make. The key to maintaining belief in your ability to implement that change in your life is really a recognition that rarely does the process go just as you envisioned it. It's going to be difficult. It's probably more complicated. It's rarely a straight path. It's likely to have sharp turns left or right. It's likely to have stops and starts that you did not anticipate. It may end up being a lot harder than you anticipated, and all of those things are actually okay. And all of those things can and should be expected because it's just the nature of change. But that's where people stop. That's where so many people stop. Something unexpected happens, and we become discouraged and stop pursuing it. And then when we do that, now all of a sudden we're assigning that to our inability to accomplish the goal when that was never true in the first place. The key is to keep moving forward in the face of the unexpected. We don't always know what challenge is going to arise, but we can always rest assured that some challenge will. They have nothing to do with your capacity for change. And because of that, those challenges that arise shouldn't be taken as a reflection of your ability to grow. You can continue to grow in the face of those challenges and continue to move forward. At the end of the day, cultivating a deep and abiding belief in ourselves is really all about just continuing to move forward. Success is recognizing that we're capable of progress, and no matter how small, knowing that small progress compounds over time. And in doing so, yields growth and yields opportunities that we often cannot even foresee. So I'm asking you to stay the course. I believe in you, and I know that you and each and every one of us is capable of the change that we're seeking in life. In the end, belief in oneself is the foundation upon which all personal growth is built. Cultivate it, nurture it, and let it guide your journey towards becoming the best version of yourself that you can be, that you want to be. As always, I want to say thank you for watching today. And if you found the conversation on self-belief helpful, interesting, or maybe even insightful, I would really appreciate it if you took just a moment to like, maybe drop a comment down below, share the message, and subscribe. Until next time, remember that you've got this, and I believe in you.